Hi, folks, and welcome on back to Petalburg Woods, the only podcast where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Let's talk some Pokemon. As always, this is the wonderful show where we talk not just about the Pokemon games themselves, but the people, the feelings, the culture even surrounding these wonderful games. As always, I am one of your hosts, Droomish.
I'm your other host, Capreo. And joining us today, we have a very, very special guest. Hear ye, hear ye. It is the Sludge King.
The Sludge King.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
So good to have you.
Great to be here. I'm very enthusiastic.
Thanks for joining us in the woods. How's your day?
Well, I'm looking outside and I'm seeing the moon. It happens to be night, but it's pretty good.
Sludge King is joining us today to talk about something extremely interesting, I think. I'm excited to just hear what you I think you both have excellent takes, excellent perspectives on today's topic. Droomish, what are we talking about today?
Both of us, not just Sludge, the Sludge King.
The Sludge King and the Droomish, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
What we're talking about today's episode is all about. You might have heard this word in like a particularly a business context or something. Is planned obsolescence, which is, I guess simply when something was designed to not last forever. And obviously, yeah, stuff is going to break eventually, but a service or an apparatus or some sort of accessory is, I don't know, I feel like it was a light bulb thing. They made the light bulbs. They're not going to last forever on purpose, stuff like that in the context of these games. So that's what you have to look forward to. But first, my favorite section, as always, what are we playing? Doing lately, no longer exclusive to Pokemon after pushback from someone who isn't me, who also does this show with me. But What are we doing today? you decentralize the what are we doing playing lately. So it's not about Pokemon anymore. But what? I'm
there's
I'm
other games.
True. There's other games out there. Apparently, I'm really only know the one.
I've heard tell.
Yeah. I know that there's others, presumably, and I'll leave those to y'all if you do engage with them. And I'm gonna go first. It's my turn. I'm really selfish and greedy today, and awesome and beautiful. Just by the way,
sickens me.
Tell us about it.
Thank you. Yeah, what am I up to? I'm gonna start because we're going around the room. Following up on my discussion on, well, not really a discussion. I just said I was gonna do my. I don't remember why I was telling you this, but I said I was going to do my reps for Johto starters.
Yes.
I did my reps. I did my reps.
Excellent.
With no reward, I fear, but the reps were done. I was sitting in the parking lot of I was waiting at the doctor's office earlier today. Even I was doing my reps, and I think I'm not counting either. This is shiny hunting, by the way. I guess for context.
For the uninitiated.
Yeah, I'm playing Harcold. I'm at the beginning of the game, and I want a shiny Chikorita or Totodile or Cyndaquil or whatever. And you can spin the little wheel, so it's really nice.
That's a nice hunt.
Isn't it a nice hunt?
You get to see them all right at the beginning.
You get to see them all.
And you really don't get to choose what you get. I love that.
I love it. I have accepted I'm gonna get what I'm given because it's a shiny. I'm not I have the one DSi. I have one cartridge of this game that I'm actually using. Whatever I get, that's the game. It's gonna be it's gonna be the mandate of Diggersby, and I'll just go through the game with that starter. So I'm working on that. I had a great time. I was sitting there. I was playing. Well, I guess I'm gonna break the facade here a little bit. I was playing Teamfight Tactics on my phone while I was doing the resets.
That's a different video game. How dare you?
It is.
This is a Pokemon podcast.
I guess I was anti-thought maxing. I had some stressful stuff going on, and I was I want to think as little as possible. So I'm going to focus on my Yordles, and I'm going to focus on maybe getting a Chikorita or something.
What number did you decide for your reps?
I think because I don't have a counter, I think I'm going to have to do it by time. And I was like,
Okay.
the DS is going to stay on for half an hour. I'm going to try my best to just do as many resets in that half hour. So, and that worked out. So a half an hour was done. I think I got it in for like 15 minutes yesterday. I had to go, something came up mid wrap, and that's always the worst. I think I had to go get something out off the stove or something. But yeah, I'm locking in. I've decided. I think this is the main thing that I've been working on since we last chatted, but do I have anything else in the tank? Because I'm so greedy and so sickening, and I love talking about what I've
Your
been up to.
avarice is frightening.
My avarice, that's really good. Thanks for mentioning avarice on here. I feel like I don't want it to come to me while either someone else is going or you're talking, but I tanked my elo on Little Cup.
Oh.
I led Poliwag too many times. I kept getting really hubristic, and I was like, I'm gonna lead the Waggler, and then I don't know. I just got my ass beat several times, and now I'm down pretty bad. But it's gonna be a great comeback story.
Yeah, you'll get to rise through the ranks once again.
Yeah, the Sludge King. What have you been up to? Tell us your stories.
First, actually, would you like to like introduce yourself? And then
tell
please,
us
what you've been doing lately.
Yeah, okay, so I am the Sludge King. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't forget the. I'm the Sludge King, the Sludge King. I don't care how you say it as long as it's in there and we know how to spell it. So I am kind of like a semi-retired shiny hunter. And now I just like exploring, and I like making meaning. And I like going back over these games that I've been playing forever with a fine-toothed comb and finding new stuff every time. I like it. One of the things I like about media and the Pokemon games at large is how they stay the same, and I can come back to them years later after adding experience to my own life and have a completely different experience, independent of all the random stuff that can happen to you. And I just love that, and I love looking at them with different contexts and stuff like that. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Wow, I love that.
I have a strong sense of self-identity.
You're not just any Sludge King. You are the Sludge King.
I'm the.
Oh, you're the Sludge King. That would be your identity. Indeed. Okay. I don't know. I thought we were gonna get introspective there for a second. No, that's awesome.
No need to.
Well,
I have it all figured out.
Yeah, that was great. I love the idea of the changing self and the unchanging art. How beautiful. Is that as a sentiment?
It has the illusion of change, the art does, but it doesn't, and I like that.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing lately?
So a couple Pokemon related things. I've been running through, a couple friends and we've been kind of toying around with the idea of playing randomizers together. I know randomizers. Some people love them, some people hate them.
Very highbrow.
Yeah. But instead of randomizing the encounter tables, we decided to keep everything the same and just randomize the trainers while making every battle a double battle, as inspired by the GameCube titles. Because I think one of the easy traps to fall into when you're playing a Pokemon game, like a standard one, is to just look up and prepare for everything. And so we've been having a lot of fun. We know where all the Pokemon are that we can use to build our teams, but we don't know what anyone's going to have. And so it's been really interesting, especially with the doubles aspect, to kind of think ahead and try to predict and make all sorts of teams and combinations for anything that we could see. And that's been pretty fun. And we're about to go to the Elite Four. It's been going pretty good. We haven't been doing like a Nuzlocke or like a Soul Link or anything like that. Just a standard, you can wipe, people can faint. But just kind of removing the element of preparation that seems to come about when you're playing Pokemon games.
Almost turns a familiar game into like a brand new one.
Oh, completely.
Where
and it makes me want to go back and play the GameCube games. I love those two. I love doubles. I feel like, I think, with how present they are in VGC, doubles, they just kind of lack in the main series games.
They do.
In the context of the story.
Yeah. You know what actually did a great, I don't know if, did you play the second DLC for Scarlet and Violet, the Blueberry Academy?
Oh God, I'm here in front of this microphone. I feel like I'm at a courtroom hearing. No, Your Honor, I did not.
No, you're
It's
okay.
I haven't gotten there yet either.
It's all right.
I haven't.
All I'm going to say about it is they do actually put quite an emphasis on doubles in that DLC. Almost in a way, I think, to try to prepare a person for VGC a little bit.
Whoa.
I think they've been really on that recently. It's like the invitation has been more prevalent. We talked about that a lot the other time. It's like the experience of like Fire Red does not match the competitive experience you're going to have. But now they're like it's warm, it's inviting. It's like you should come play. You should come
dip
play.
your toes in the water.
Yeah. It's not in the main story nearly enough, but at least they're trying a little bit with the DLC, because maybe they assume that like someone who is going to compete in VGC is likely to also buy the DLC maybe. Anyway, something to look forward to if you ever get to the Blueberry Academy DLC.
I keep telling myself I'm going to do it. I wrote that
it's
down.
Not going anywhere.
That does sound pretty. I know it's not, but I might. We live very.
Oh my God!
No, we're mortal. We live impermanent lives. You know.
Whoa!
I'm getting really introspective. It's awesome.
No, it's just matter of
art
fact.
Changes.
Other than that, my best buddy Jake. My name is also Jake. That's a fun fact. We have the same name. It's very confusing for our shared friends.
Wow.
I
like
love
the
that.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, basically. Except we both have the same first name, but different last names.
Jake.
And so he's been working on, he's been breeding a PWT team for Black and White 2. And I've kind of been helping him out. Because I'm like
That's awesome.
In our
so
friend
cool.
group, we all kind of play Pokemon, but we mostly we play other stuff. And I'm kind of like the guy who has the Pokemon ball knowledge. So I've just been helping him out. He's like, okay, how do I do this breeding thing? I'm like, oh, like this. How do I do pass powers so I can hatch eggs faster? I'm like, okay, you do this. So I've just been helping him out with that. And the other day I spent like 3 hours. We were trying to set up a thing where I was going to indirectly trade him Drillbur, which kind of maybe goes into this with the topic of today, with like the discontinuation of internet services.
Yeah.
But I was trying to send him Drillbur that he could use for breeding from my PK, like through PK hex, like moving those hex values over to kind of do like a modern day.
We woo.
Yeah, I don't know. Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Felicify, I got him.
Blueberry
My
Academy.
bad. Yeah, so it's been interesting trying to circumvent the ravages of time, and that's kind of what I've been up to when it comes to Pokemon.
Very cool.
And I haven't really been playing anything else.
Okay.
So sorry that you guys just introduced the the removal on that moratorium, and I have nothing to add.
Yeah, the
you're all
concept
good.
of other games has been added to our lives.
If I ever hear of any other game, I'll let you guys know. But
Okay, awesome.
most of the year for both of us, I think it is usually Pokemon. It's just you got us at a bad time.
Yeah, most of my Sonic is like
Your
reading,
Honor.
usually. We should talk about Sonic sometimes. Oh, I have fascinating discoveries that I've made recently. But
You can do that on your other podcast, Green Hill Zone.
yeah,
is that real?
No. Well, not yet.
but
It could be.
if you have a spare hour or 3, I could tell you about Sonic and why I like it so much. But Capreo, what have you been doing lately?
I'm playing a variety of games, but only for a short amount of time each. I've been continuing.
That's like a show intro or something. Like that's like, I don't know, like a guy's like your sis. I'm gonna try to say that word again. Your Sisyphean struggle is you have to play a variety of games, but only for a short amount of time.
Right.
You're like
only
some
like a sampler
struggler.
Only the first impressions. I've been playing a bunch of games on Twitch, and they've been largely great. The games that I've been playing, like some highlights have been like, even this week was crazy. This week was Wario World, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, the Wind Waker, by the way. The Wind Waker. Yes, I know. Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, and
Great game.
before this, even Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. And I was saying while I was playing that game that like if I did eventually get to the point in playing the Metroid games, I'd probably play like Zero Mission and not Metroid 1, right? And I would play Samus Returns, the 3DS remake of 2, and not the original 2. Just because I'm more likely, I think, with most games that aren't Pokemon to play the most updated version of a thing. And this was an excellent excuse to play and see Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. It holds up really, really well. It's a great game. I had a lot of fun. I was kind of like going into it with the expectation that like it would be antiquated. It would kind of control poorly. It would be pretty obtuse as far as like how to get around and stuff. And don't get me wrong, there are very nice people in chat who are like guiding me here and there when I ask for help, which is like very helpful. But for the most part, it wasn't any of those negative things. It was actually delightful. So this is one of the few games that isn't Pokemon that I've heard about, and through the grapevine that is worth checking out. I know it's old as hell, but and I'm probably late. I'm late to a lot of this because, frankly, a lot of these games I haven't played and like did not grow up with them because, frankly, most of my growing up was like kind of just Pokemon. So now I'm like trying my best to branch out and experience a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's great. I'm having a blast because of that. There hasn't been a ton of Pokemon lately. I have shelved like ZA at this point. I started up the DLC for that one, the Mega Dimension DLC, and it just was not the vibe I fear for me. So it's
same boat here.
I fear like out of obligation because it is Pokemon, I will probably go back to it, but it's like I'm not really looking forward to it, unfortunately. I got to like fully be in a different headspace or something, but I just no, it's just not for me, I fear. I liked the main story of ZA well enough, but
oh yeah.
Not necessarily Mega Dimension that much.
I like the lesbians.
The lesbians are great.
Big Kalos guy here.
Huge Kalos.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
Biggest Kalos fan I know.
Uh-huh. You wouldn't think it, but I am.
Thank God. Oh, it was the mandate of Diggersby that brought us together. Lovely.
But yeah, that's me.
I think we're like maybe a little late if we're like telling people it's like you got to check out Samus Returns. Just by the way, like we might do have a tiny bit of catching up to do, but.
Yeah, I recognize that I am like very behind the 8 ball on this one.
I'm sure the cultural zeitgeist will kind of accommodate it.
You got to check out this hidden gem. It's called Samus Returns. It's really nice.
Well, it's certainly not obsolete.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, is it okay?
Interesting that you would say that word.
Interesting.
Topic?
I would choose that particular descriptor.
All right, so everybody went around the circles. Now we're talking. Yeah, we made it to the topic. You made it, listener, dear beloved listener.
You could say this was planned.
But was it obsolescence?
All along.
Okay, so jokers, time to do the topic now.
All right, lock in.
I'm lock the hell in. Okay,
seatbelts
on. Obviously, Pokemon is not like I think like a live service game is probably where this like most strongly attaches to. I'm mentioning this as like a prevalent example of planned obsolescence. Some things get made with, I guess, dying in mind, and I know we're all finite creatures.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Exactly. You really put your back into that one. But in the way that we experience these games, even like I don't know, especially the older ones, Pokemon exists on a cartridge. As the Sludge King was saying, things change. And as we went through the years of Pokemon, several things were included with maybe not. I don't think the dream world is such like a specific example, but a lot of things were added that were very likely to not last for very long. Like services have been discontinued.
There was an end in sight.
There was an end in sight. I like that. Maybe that can be like, I guess, the line between like someday my Fire Red cartridge is going to decompose because of thousands of years of erosion versus like, yeah, we're probably not going to be servicing Nintendo Wi-Fi connection for the DS that much longer. Mm-hmm. So that is I guess the field that we're playing with here. Is this serviceable as an explanation? Does anyone any ads before I ask my first question, I guess?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that pretty much sells it. We're talking about the idea of we're applying what has traditionally been used for iPhones and washing machines to abstract concepts in the Pokemon games. So try to think about that.
Yeah. Okay. I guess what would be most helpful is I don't know. Do you have a favorite example? I would love it if you went first.
Okay.
The Sludge King.
My favorite example of something where they had to know in the back of their heads that it is not going to last forever. And of course, nothing's going to last forever. Like you said, heat, death of the universe, and erosion and stuff. But I would like to point out Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald at large. Quite famously, they have an internal clock battery that keeps them going, keeps berry events, time-based events going. It's a little bit different from the original Game Boy games, where like all the save game was stored on that and kept alive by that. We're looking at just in-game clock events like that are there. You can still have your save file, but there will come a day when berries won't grow and the tide will be stuck at Shoal Cave. And I love that. Makes it feel frozen in time.
So, do you prefer with these Gen 3 GBA games to maintain the dead battery? You don't like to replace the battery in these?
Oh God, no! I love to replace the batteries, but I love thinking about the mystique.
Hell yeah!
No, God, give me a soldering iron and a coin battery any day, please. But think about it, if you will.
Well, there's a universe that was created there. Like that's you might even, if you're an old enough Droomish head at this point, you might even call it my claim to fame was making a video about this like very universe that ends up existing, that there's almost like a second reality inside of Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald because of this. And when the clock battery dies, you are I think it's like fair to say you are now in a different world. And to get very, very specific about, like, I guess what happened with me, just because of the circumstances of my game and, like, having a battery that, like, burned out relatively quickly, I did not know that Snorunt existed.
Yeah, me too.
Much later. And, yeah, like, this is, like, maybe, like, the obscure, like, poster child example of this, but, like, how I'm just I don't know, how fascinating is it that this, not even a hardware shortcoming, just the way that they planned their hardware. I was unaware of an entire character for a very long time, and I had no idea where this character came from, and my trainer profile was divorced from this creature. And that was, I don't know, the result of, like, this is a big thing. And you said it in your little intro. It's like the time, the art does not change. And I guess the art kind of changed. This is such an interesting one because the art kind of that changed as a result of time. But the experience is now fundamentally different. It's like, I don't know, this one, I'm so glad you mentioned this one is like your favorite, because this one infinitely fascinates me, because it's like there's almost like, I don't know, like a dark universe that exists.
It almost
like
reminds me of the Explorers games, Explorers of Sky, Time and Darkness, because in those games, people are meddling with time and it stops, and everyone's freaking out about the implications, like what's going on. People can't evolve, nobody's growing up, And it almost makes me wonder, now, okay, this is completely off the cuff. It's making me wonder if they thought about that. Probably not, but who knows?
My berries won't grow. I can't buy a lottery ticket.
My berries won't grow. Yeah.
No snow run.
There's no I can't get snow run.
And to the snow run example, isn't that so? I mean, nowadays we're so used to not just version exclusives not being available in like one game or the other, but it's always pretty widely accepted that there's, okay, you're playing Diamond and Pearl, you can't get Arceus, unless you perform an act of God, if you will, or something like that. But here we have Snorunt, which is just a completely normal Pokemon. In any other game, it's whatever, he's just like a little cone guy, Right. But if you get unlucky, you just don't even know he exists. And there's nothing particularly notable about him other than that.
A workaround for this could have been just going back to your house and like changing the time on the clock in your room. But that wasn't implemented. Do you think it's like 50% of kids who played those games just like didn't get Snorunt?
Yeah, I was one of them. Sounds like Droomish was too.
I was indeed.
We got bad RNG.
I'm like, this is maybe a fool's errand. I'm trying to remember what time I started Ruby at as a child, because like, I remember a lot of stuff like this. I remember going to the store and buying Leaf Green and how excited I was that my mom was willing to get me Leaf Green, even though I already had Ruby. But I want to say it was after school. I feel like it had to have been after school because Ruby was a gift from my dad, and but not that this means anything for the time, because I probably just looked at that clock. It would have been when it
stopped, not when it started.
Right. And you said it at the beginning also in those games, so it literally didn't matter. This was truly a fool's errand. I caught myself in a well of my own making, but it probably is. I don't know. You could safely say 50% or so, like, or you don't even like look at the clock, and then it just doesn't move, so it never happens.
Yeah. I have maybe a unique experience with this, I guess, and only in the last couple of years. The battery in my Emerald is dead. I've never changed it. And for streaming the game and also for backing up my save of it, I got an Epilogue GB operator. And the way that works is it takes the save file of your cartridge, but then emulates the game that you're playing using the MGBA emulator, which means that in these Gen 3 Pokemon games, time happens again. So if I'm playing Emerald on my Game Boy, time is stopped. If I'm playing it on the GB operator, time is moving again. And so I could kind of pick and choose so as an example, I ended up I was doing a lot of EV training, and then I got the events for the Lilycove department store rooftop sale and the Berry Master and the contest hall. I got both of those events in my game at once. And so I stopped playing my Emerald on the GB operator because I didn't want time to move. So I just kind of kept both of those events in my game for as long as I wanted them, basically. And it was kind of neat to kind of like play with the time of the game in that way. And it almost makes, I do think like, I do still want to get the battery for my Emerald replaced so that time flows again, and I can play like on original hardware, on the couch, in bed, whatever, and the game will work. My berries will grow. I can do the lottery. I can check for Mirage Island. I can catch Snorunt, right? But it's kind of nice to have this, I don't know, strange way that I can like adjust the way that I'm interacting with this game, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting discovery, I think, when I kind of realized like I could manipulate this in a way in my favor. But I think generally, if you are able to play these games, and I feel like most people playing these games nowadays are emulating them and don't even realize that like the dead battery thing is a thing in these games.
Oh no! Oh my god! You talk about it anytime in a video, you get so many questions
of folks saying like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, or well, not what do you mean, but just like, oh, I thought it worked this way. Does it not work this way? Or I kind of know what you're talking about, but I'm very confused. Like, what does this mean? What do you mean time froze? It happens all the time.
I had a lot of lot of the top comments on my video were just like people flaming me for not changing the battery. And I was like, okay, functionalists. Like,
let's see you and your soldering iron, tough guy.
But just like consider a thought for a moment of just like what or like how did this affect you, or just what if I didn't fix it? What if
just a cautionary tale, guys. Soldering irons are hot, listeners. Okay, don't touch them. I learned that the hard way.
They are.
One time I've just finished soldering like all of my Gen 3 games, and then I picked it up like a pencil and burned 3 of my fingers at once.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oof. I'm all right though. My fingers are intact.
Good. I'm glad you're okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you.
I think I like got rid of 2 of my. I don't know. They came back. Don't worry, folks. They came back. But I was like, are my fucking fingerprints gone? Like the last time. It was like with the soldering iron. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like my index finger, and it was just like flat. And I was like, did I mess up for good? Anyway.
So you're
Every
making
time
me
I solder or work with super glue, I get completely anonymized. Yeah. My fingerprints just disappear.
You're making me not want to change my battery ever.
It's super easy. We're probably
it's super
just
easy.
clumsy.
It's like
it doesn't sound like it.
Modding. It's like modding your 3DS. By the way,
sure, yeah.
It's really easy.
Yeah. I forgot that you had to break out the soldering iron for modding a 3DS.
Yeah.
The difficulty is way different, but
yeah, I think that there's like this one. I'm almost like frustrated about this. Well, I'm not. This is a great example, but it's like. I guess strange compared to the other ways that time or planned obsolescence like sort of happens.
Yeah, because it's an entire game we're talking about here versus like a localized event or something like that.
Right,
it's an entire game.
This is like a world has changed, and maybe it's the best example for that reason because this is the like completely eclipsing creation of a unique experience of like, and it's not just like I don't know SnowRun, like I don't know me versus the Droomish that knows SnowRun is like we played 2 different games. Mm-hmm. I have a Ruby and she has a Ruby that exists. Like there are 2 different Rubies that exist because of this, and it's like for some of these like you and you know. As always, I'll get to it, but like with Arceus, like an event like Arceus, I don't think that it is exactly the same. Of like, you know, I have this experience, but now this is encompassing to a world, and I think arguably like most of this stuff is encompassing to a world because it affects the fundamental way that we play the games. But like the world, I guess like in the storytelling, the world was changed, and that's why I have a different Ruby now, like a fully different Ruby, and.
Time is such a big part of our world
in more ways than one, I suppose. Is there anything else like this, like that we can imagine?
I've been trying to think about. Are you talking about just like this concept of an entire game having something like this, or like an incident of SnowRun being unknown due to pure chance?
Both of those are great questions. I was like, are there any other like hardware limitations that like do this of the entirely different world? One that I don't think that is exactly this, but did make me you got me thinking. I'll say you got me pondering, just because I was just being dumb and I was like trying to put a square peg in a circle hole. I was like, I can't use my damn e-reader on the SP, right? Like, yeah, you can't. Mm-mm. Is fact check required? Can I use the e-reader on an SP? Because I don't think so.
I don't think so, because I got an e-reader last year and I remember it was a whole thing. Yeah, no. Maybe? I don't know. Hold on. Can we get some true Petalburg fact checkers in the chat?
We're getting some primary source.
Oh, here, I got mine.
Fortunately,
too.
I have everything on my desk. You cannot, so...
Me too.
Well,
no, because it's got that weird port at the top. You're right. It has to connect to the port on the GBA.
I'm embarrassed.
I'm up here.
I'm embarrassed that this is news to me.
Yeah, no, because the original GBA, it has a thing on the top, and the e-reader has a weird little implement, and the SP cannot accommodate it.
Could the e-reader plug into the Game Boy Player?
Let me check.
Wait. Can
Let
it?
me check.
All right. Real Petalburg fact checker.
We're doing science.
Rise up. My GameCube player, my Game Boy player has a bunch of stuff on it, unfortunately. So
it's indisposed. Shout out to Sludge King for doing the science for us for the pod in real time. Man, I got an e-reader like the other day. I didn't know this, I only have SPs. I don't have a good old fashioned horizontal GBA.
Oh my God, it can.
It can in the player?
I think so.
secondary
Yes,
confirmation.
it can. Yeah.
It can
Whoa.
fit in there.
You learn something new every time you try.
Saved. I guess, is that how you would get footage now that I think about it?
The what?
Is that?
Yeah. That's like how you could screen record it.
Right.
That's how I did
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like it's like another strange happenstance. Like I have an SP, and I guess within like the deep circle of Pokemon, like the e-reader and all the e-reader stuff is like getting pretty like mythical. I guess, especially with all the new research happening on it, and you didn't even know that. So like you have an SP, and you're like, I want to do all that stuff, and it's just no, like you can't. You cannot have those
I gotta get
experiences.
another Game Boy first.
And I guess ultimately that becomes like accessories and distributions and within it, but it's like how I don't know, just that's also like I guess kind of mind bending to me that like they decided to move where this port is on the better version or like the self-proclaimed better version of the system, and you can no longer use this thing that just might be interesting and it contributes to gameplay. Like I think the Eon ticket as the famous example, there's the e-reader, you swipe a card that lets you go get Latios or Latios. It's like that's an encounter with Latios and Latios that is inaccessible to the Game Boy SP haver. I'm like so in the weeds with this, but like just I don't know, I'm imagining the person. I don't have to imagine the person because I didn't know SnowRun. I
Right.
If only I hadn't been divorced from SnowRun as a child, I would probably be fine now. I
like
really
to
normal.
feel better anyhow, so I'm all right.
Oh, okay, yeah. He turned out normal, but I wish I was better.
Oh, you're good.
That's all I got as far as hardware limitations. Like some or where but this is such a big one because it's like I don't know, I'm a kid. Like it's like you're screwed if you just have the SP.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or I don't, you're out of this thing, and it's like, oh, you want to use the freaking card swipe peripheral? It's like, okay, like just let me live. Let me play with my toys. It's all about playing with your toys. Oh, is migration? Is like this migration is this, and that was a really big thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
For a while, yeah. Migrating your Pokemon from one to another. Oh yeah. Well, I don't even know if you could count some of it as planned obsolescence, because what I'm thinking about right now is about how add-ons to the DS, or not add-ons, continuations like the DSi. They didn't have that second slot, so if you had that one, that kind of locked you out of 3 to 4 migration already. But I don't know. I don't know exactly that they were in cahoots, hardware development and Game Freak saying, yeah, we're not going to make this last forever. I don't know if there was a grand conspiracy.
It probably wasn't. And it's just we don't want to do the Game Boy shit anymore. But it's like even these tiny grains of sand.
How many is lost to that? Just like simple little boardroom decisions like, yeah, let's not put a Game Boy in there anymore. All right, move on. Let's get lunch. Yeah. And then, okay. In defense of this experience, though, that is an entire area in the game and like a service within the world of Sinnoh, at least, that you are fundamentally denied if you decide to play. Like, I'm playing Harkold on a DSi, and I'm going to have to corral a DS Lite if I want to perform this function of. And I should have said this when I originally mentioned. I sound like a crazy person right now, but it's like migrating from Game Boy game to DS, which okay, how crazy is it though that like that was created at all because the DS was the way that it was. Like that's like I don't know, like self-informing and then it's self-uninformed. That's like I don't know. That's like a full I don't know like time loop thought to me where. kind of 2 to 3 was, it seems like maybe they wanted to do that, but it just was kind of impractical. And then along comes this console, this monstrosity that we call the DS.
It is monstrous.
And there we have the means.
I think the reason that the DS originally had a GBA slot was effectively as a safety net, because they weren't 100% sure if the DS would take off. So they wanted to make sure that if someone bought it, that it could still play I
love it to death,
library.
but it is kind of gimmicky.
Well, I mean, they were right to, they were both right to include it, but they were wrong in thinking that it would fail. Because it obviously sold like gangbusters, but it was definitely a shame.
Like 8 I have in my room. Yeah, it did pretty well.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I guess I like the DS, you could say.
But it was definitely a shame when the DSi lost it for reasons like
I
that.
don't blame it.
The Pal Park was like the first thing I thought of when I saw the DSi. You know what I mean? I was like, damn.
Like, oh, it's gone.
It's gone. I can't do that
It's
anymore.
gone.
Screaming at the sky, falling to my knees, lamenting.
I was like, I have no reason to trade in my DS Lite for the cool new DSi because I can't easily get a Snorlax in Diamond Pro Platinum anymore. I'm not going to do Honey Trees. That's for sure.
Why not? Not to be the Munchlax advocate here.
No, I understand.
I'm kidding.
No, you're fine.
Yanking your chain.
You're just
I yanked
shaking
his
my
chain
tree.
really hard about it last time.
Oh.
I think you made like a really good, or like, and I would love to hear more if you were not just making it in jest of like, I guess I feel like you're on the cusp of like, does this even matter? Because you said it's like, oh, they're just like boardroom decisions, but like, because I don't know, I think I take it like way too to the ground of like, oh, there's like, because I feel like if this is like my legacy, I would really like it to be like, if I could pick a legacy, it would be my "Have I Felt Every Feeling" tirade from the episode about completing Pokemon. It was all like, I think in the weeds like that of like, have I felt every feeling? Have I felt every feeling? Like, have I, like, I'll never know using an e-reader with my Game Boy SP. How terrible is that? I'll never have that experience.
I've never played Dojiro berry picking with 5 people.
I'm fundamentally incomplete. But I mean, realistically though, like these are I don't know. Like, I guess, I mean, because like every atom in the universe is different in some way. Like, yeah, there's different experiences here. But I feel like you hesitated, the Sludge King, of like, it's like, oh, this is just like a random decision that was made. And is it even planned obsolescence? Is it like...
Yeah, I guess in the sense that, I guess maybe I kind of see it as like pre-planned obsolescence, I guess, because the Game Boy Advance could play Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, but then the DS has GBA functionality, but not Game Boy functionality. So I guess it you know, how much of it was really like, oh, we're really agonizing over this decision. Do we remove it or not? Versus it's, you know, the DS is successful enough on its own with the cartridges. It doesn't need the GBA. It's getting a little bit older. Let's just go full send with the dual screen stuff. And why don't we also make it like to have the worst shoulder buttons ever? That's how I imagine the DSi pitch meeting to go.
I'm so glad just quick tirade. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I'm doing these starter resets on my DSi.
Oh my
and like,
God.
I think to myself in every one, it was like I'm like, I love this system so much. The screen is beautiful. I love my pretty pink metallic DSi XL. Why do the L and R buttons suck so much ass? Why are they so
I have no problems with
terrible?
the XL. I hate the regular DSi. I have beef with them.
Okay.
XL, I love.
They are different. They are. It is.
It also, like the matte ones, the matte DSis, they just feel awful in your hand. Like they have the same texture as like an old, an old Honda that's dusty. You know, and you kind of scrape your fingernails against it, and it feels the same as like a car. And I hate that for the DSi.
But the metallic ones are so nice. think that the DSi XL is like the ultimate, at least Pokemon playing.
Oh my
device,
god! Yeah, I need to get a DSi XL. It's the only one I don't have.
Caprio, you're kind of like giving me vibes that you don't have a DSi XL right now. Do you care to comment?
I have the white Gen 5 DSi. I think it's like the regular size.
Wow.
With like,
all right, bouncer, let him in.
With like Reshiram and Zekrom on the top.
Okay, that's so cool. That's so cool. You had a good reason. You have such a good reason.
But I think that one is a matte one that you were mentioning. But I don't know. I feel like
this Honda's really nice. This Honda's so nice. It has Zekrom on it.
It's got Reshiram and Zekrom decals.
I've got a matte black and a matte pink DSi, and I hate them.
Okay.
That's it.
I didn't grow up with the DSi, and the only one that I have is this one, and I don't use it very often. I think I am still a DS Lite truther. I think that is the best DS.
It's just, yeah. Well, actually, no. Okay, no. I'm going to stop myself. I don't want to go too much of a tangent on the consoles themselves. I have feelings about all the handhelds. Have me back on. We could talk about that.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
True. Yeah. You just earned yourself an invite back. But
woohoo!
Planned.
Mark your calendars.
I feel like you kind of talked me into it, honestly. Of like, because those, not only are they boardroom decisions, but it's like the creation of the DS and the DSi versus like the creation of. I mean, they were kind of just working with what they have. It's like, oh, we have this cool second slot.
I don't think they had like a Pokemon dev in there being like, no, guys, we need to keep the PAL Park. I don't think that happened.
And I think, and maybe that's why the battery example is so interesting, because I think in most cases, like, it boils down to what you just said of if it's going to be, because they try really, really hard. Especially in like those games, and now I guess with like just they do. I don't know. They decently future proof, I think, at this point, outside of like all the like it's just like online as a existence. Yeah. Like obviously that is the least.
What's going to happen when they discontinue that and you can't get the DLC?
Maybe they'll try really hard then, because they do really like it when I buy the DLC. I think they particularly like it when you buy the DLC. So maybe they work really hard to make that not deprecated. But that is also I don't know, the world. There is a world that exists where you need Urshifu in some capacity to play competitive, and the fundamental system for even buying the DLC has gone offline in some capacity.
And
but
these
that's
worlds that we think are lively now, give it some time.
I think
and they're going to feel dead, and I love it.
The crazy thing about that is there are cartridges of these games that have the DLC baked in, so those cartridges already the resale on those is very high, and if there's ever a point where the Switch eShop goes down and the DLC for these games is just no longer available digitally.
I don't want to imagine a world where the post 3DS games are expensive, but
I mean it's inevitable, I fear. But
it's the Pokemon tax for no good reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the definition of it.
But
no good reason.
It is a little bit of like kind of future proofing by making those specific cartridges exist, but they certainly did not sell well or many. I guess that's the same thing.
I think I saw one in a store like a year ago and I was confused.
Right. Like, why would I need that?
Why would you need that?
Ask yourself again in 2048.
I thought to myself, I said, how have I never heard of this? What is this? What? And I had to pick it up and feel it with my hands and look at it, and then I put it back. And I didn't think about it till now.
He felt the DLC. It coursed through his veins. He experienced it.
I'm a big physical media enjoyer.
I've never done that. I've never even touched one of the DLC cartridges.
This feels like Shadow Rider Calyrex.
Yeah.
He gives the cartridge a lick because it has that embittering agent. Remember when that was a big thing?
Yeah, I do.
If they still do that, should I lick this cartridge?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
You should not.
Do they do that with the Switch 2 cartridge? I don't have any Switch 2 cartridges, but I do have a Switch 2.
They taste like strawberry.
I just bought everything digital because I hate. Do they?
Okay.
They went in the opposite direction. They were like, "What if we make them tasty?"
It's a good flavor. Do you think they planned for the flavoring to go obsolete? Will it one day fade?
So you keep mentioning time, and I feel like that's a pretty big jump point. I'm gonna recenter on time, because otherwise I'm actually gonna lick the cartridge, like, if we keep talking about it. So this one, like, I don't know. I guess like you said
here. Let's date this video. What's the most recent physical distribution? Is that what you're getting at?
That is a great thing to pull. I was gonna go really introspective. I was gonna go like crazy macro introspective. Please pull up the most recent.
Go ahead while I go look at that.
It's exactly as you said at the beginning, and now I'm thinking about it in a totally different way. In addition to everything else, of like, I will, in some small way, and maybe, I don't know, I experience some horrible tragedy tomorrow. I'm knocking on wood and glass and like everything, because I can't handle any
all
more
the materials tragedies. Just to be safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be really careful about that. But I have some big life experience tomorrow, and time has, and I don't know, I like fundamentally have changed how I interact with, like, I don't know, Pokemon White 2 or something, because, like, I don't know, I saw a bald eagle in real life, and then I saw a Braviary, and I'm like, whoa, this is just, like, I have a completely different appreciation for this. And that could happen on any scale of, like, I could also, like, just age, like, 5 years or something, and I'm like, wow, Braviary is really cool. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it when I was only in my mid-20s. I don't know, I almost feel like they liked time, like as a, like it was on purpose. Like these, especially the cartridges, they are like, they're forever, in the way that I outlined at the beginning of, like, yeah, I'm still playing White 2 because White 2 is awesome. I'm going to be playing White 2 in 5 years because White 2 is awesome. There's that channel on YouTube called I Still Play White 2. Like, it exists for a reason. It's an emblem. It's like in the cartridges, and maybe this is behind the notion of the Pokemon tax. But I almost, this is where, like, I am like the biggest conspirator of, like, they liked dating themselves when it comes to time. And so please now pull up the most recent time distribution. Like, I think I got there.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, there is a Pokemon Center birthday Tandemaus that expires today. In some Asian regions.
Wow, timely.
So yeah, like,
better get a move on
today. Yeah, I mean, it's out of time. By the time this is out, everyone's out of luck. I'm telling you about this awesome thing, and you can't get it.
I'm getting on the plane right now because I really like Mousehold. Damn it, you're right.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you won't. But I have good news, because from now until 1 year from now, we have the Pokemon Center birthday Fido in some certain Asian territories. Okay?
Okay.
But then in a year, we're going to have the same conversation. We're going to move from Tandemaus to say, oh no, bye-bye birthday Fido. And since forever, Pokemon has done this, where they have limited time events. And I remember growing up looking at Cerebi, checking, like, oh my god, I can go to GameStop and get a shiny Raikou and a shiny Entei and a shiny Suicune. Oh my god, I only have 1 month. I gotta get there. Mom, get the car keys. And that was growing up as a Pokemon fan.
That really, it was. My mom was really happy to take me to something that didn't cost money, but sometimes I got denied, and it sucked really, really bad. I think I might even mention this on the last episode. I don't know. I'm happy you told the story, because there was a Toys R Us Mew that was distributed in some esoteric way for Fire Red and Leaf Green. And I think the window was really small or something, or it was like for a single day, and my mom did not want to take me. And I was pissing myself about at the time. I was pissing myself / negative, I must say. At the time, I was really upset that I don't know. You could be like so excited. It's like, oh my god, it's a Mew. I'm pissing myself. Like, I just thought I should clarify.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not happy that I'm missing out on the Mew. And then as time goes on, it starts to dawn on me. It's like, I'm probably never getting that Mew in that way. And I think the next Mew I got was like a Heart Soul Silver distribution of Mew. But what made matters worse, and I really wanted to like attach this to like the conversation and points that you're making, is that And this is I'm gonna do a rare, like, not breaking character. I'm just gonna introduce a new character in my like pantheon, I guess. I want to introduce Paul. Paul was not as big of an asshole as Noah was, but Paul got the Mew, and he let everybody know that he got the Mew. He said, "Look at my Mew."
Flaunted the Mew.
I'm noticing you don't have the Mew. And this made me extremely angry. And so not only did I have this additional experience, but it was like, because this happens now, because I love being Paul these days, where I'm like, well, I actually I have a 2010 GameStop Darkrai on my black.
You did this to me with the shiny Miraidon distribution.
Well,
you were like, look what I got.
Whoa. Hold on. So you're talking about the mystery Mew that was released on September 30th, 2006, only from 12 to 3 p.m.?
Yes, that's how I think we had something going on. My mom is an angel. She just recently Droomish mom update. She recently got me issue 70 of the Sonic Archie comic, and when I asked her where the hell did she get this artifact from the 90s, she said, "I found it. I don't know." So
hell yeah.
She's really nice to me, but we couldn't make this 3-hour window. I think this is one of the most egregious examples of like a time distribution. But what a freaking effect! It was Mew. And if you were a kid at this time, you had watched the movie and you were like, "That guy's crazy."
It went with Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, and
I was thinking of the original.
And it was the birthday of Jeffrey. the Toys R Us. Toys R Us mascot.
The giraffe.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey the giraffe.
So Jeffrey the giraffe celebrated. Wait, is it a different Mew?
No. You're right. There was that Mew, and then I had seen the original movie. I hadn't seen Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. It was like it goes around saying Mew. And Mewtwo's super pissed. And I was like, that guy's awesome.
He says, "Shut up.
Where is he? Where is he in my game? I want this creature." It's just it's the 3-hour window. And so not only did I have this like experience changed for me, but now I have the additional experience of somebody being like, "Hey asshole, guess what I have?" And which I did do to you, Capreo. I did 100%. I gave into my worst interests and I little manned you about a freaking shiny Koraidon, and I'm sorry. I want to issue a public apology for embracing my own worst enemy in Paul doing it to you, and I'm sorry.
I'm notarizing and witnessing the apology.
But we had an experience because of it. You couldn't have had that experience any other way, and I didn't get to have the experience you had. So, like, maybe it's kind of like interesting and like introspective. Do you think that maybe?
With the shiny Koraidon and the Miraidon?
Yeah.
That should have that distribution, we talked about this, that was a train wreck of a distribution. That should have absolutely been available over Wi-Fi. And they still haven't like fixed it. Sometimes, okay, here's what I'm coming up against, I think, with this entire episode. I'm having a hard time believing that any of this is planned. I think it's all oversight.
You think them only doing it for one day for 3 hours is oversight?
I think that's an event that a person, like a project manager, planned probably to get kids to go to Toys R Us. I don't think because they had the Old Sea map in Emerald, so they did have a way, and for specifically Japanese Emerald, so they did have a way.
Yeah, I was gonna say caveat there. the map just in Emerald.
Just in Emerald, just in the Japanese copy of Emerald.
I hate how exclusive it gets.
Right, that's the thing. And in Gen 4, they created the Azure flute. They created the stuff in the game to go and get Arceus, and then never officially distribute it. So, I think it's. I don't know that it's planned for some of these things as much as it's just like almost like poorly planned. Like some of this stuff is like they drop the ball fully on this stuff.
I'm kind of the mind that for them to it's consistent. We like to when we think of event Pokemon, we think, oh yeah, let me get the Old Sea map, let me get this, blah 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 blah. But every single day there are like new distributions in localized little areas. I'm looking at the thing right now. Did you know that they just gave out a Deoxys at the Space Center in Houston for like 9 days?
That's awesome.
That's crazy. In 2006. That's awesome. You get the space Pokemon there. like we think of these special, awesome Pokemon, but they're so often just doing these ones, and they're like, yeah, we're just going to run it for 5 days. And I think that's pretty intentional. I think it creates like these special things.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like the first time,
it's frustrating after the fact.
But it's happened so many times,
Yeah.
and you're right. It's like happening right now. Like so. I mean, I think. Yes, they're like
Yeah.
like with the Miraidon and Koraidon, they're fundamentally poorly planned often, but there is like a consistency in the planning of like we think timed events are really good, and I think that they should end eventually so that people feel a sense of exclusivity or like specialness about their creature at some point.
Yeah. Run it for a week, throw anybody else who asks about it in jail.
Because you make a really good point with the Miraidon and Koraidon event was a disaster and people freaked out about it, and it was like I don't know, like something like that almost because the events are so common, something like that never like gets out of the micro ecosystem, but like people like random people at GameStop were talking about it. Is like it's like, hey, they messed up this thing, and like I got a piece of paper and I didn't even want one, and they only have 50 or something. And not that happened to me, but I like heard like people posting that on Reddit, and is like, and then like they're selling it on eBay and stuff. And that one was uniquely bad. But I do think
the default is just run it for a week and we're good. Then there's been so many that of course some are going to have to be disasters.
They've been running it for a week since like Gen 2. Maybe?
I think even Gen 1. They had some distributions for like if you proved yourself to be a Pokemon master with like this mail-in contest. You could like
the mail-in stuff is awesome. It's so cool, but
you get like this special Magikarp denoting you. Oh yeah, you're a Pokemon master. You kidding me? Yeah, that's you. And then you just mail in your cartridge and you get it back.
Could you imagine doing that nowadays?
No.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. I would love that. That would be so cool.
No.
But
it'd
whatever.
be cool, but I don't. That's sadly that's not a world
anyway.
we live in.
I'm sorry I said anything. It was stupid anyways. I don't think it's cool actually.
It's baller.
I just wanted to say the same thing that y'all said, but it's like when I leave the movie with my family and I'm like, that was the best movie I've ever seen, and they all scream at me immediately.
I definitely think that since they started using Wi-Fi with the games, it's been less of a problem. Like the obviously they're going away. They have an end date, they have a set date, and even if they were to last forever, the DS had a very limited Wi-Fi service. But I think it was better when things were able to be. There was less mystique around it. But it was better that you could just be like, okay, anybody who takes their DS online, they just get it. Versus, okay, you have to go to Houston Space Center for 9 days. You have to go to GameStop. You have to get your mom to drive you to GameStop every month to get the Summer of Heart Gold Soul Silver events. Like, I think it certainly helps. And I think the further back you go, the more mysterious it gets. The less you hear about it, the less is, rolling around. Especially with those pre-Wi-Fi generations. And especially with the coin battery generations, where those definitely don't last forever. Even if you went and got like that Mew from Toys R Us on your Pokemon Red. No, you don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
To your point, though, and this is like kind of like rattling around in my mind of there has been something of a concerted effort. I guess there's like maybe I don't know. I mean, and it's like I guess I'm now that you like brought up like the notion of planned or not planned. I'm again thinking about this in a whole new way, which I love doing on this show. I love getting my shit rocked. So
what's going on up there?
But I'm thinking lots and. You make me think, Capreo, of the seemingly concentrated effort. Let's get Deoxys into a mainline encounter and a mainline. Let's get it into an encounter. Let's do the same thing for Keldeo. Let's do the same thing for Meloetta. Let's do the same thing for. I guess they caught Kalos recently, and they keep giving out Zeraora, and just like. I don't think this goes against like the notion. This does not like mend the notion of like, oh, you had to be there as far as like experience based.
Deoxys in the Delta episode, 10 years too late. Come on.
Well, it was still like that was a big change. That was a big change from the original. And if you absolutely need the Deoxys like off time, like yes, you have to go play an absurd amount of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but it's like
It's
exists.
still possible.
It exists now, and which I think gives a lot of, I don't know. I'm like really bouncing back and forth of like maybe it's like planned in the way like, well, we couldn't do anything about it, and maybe we can fix it later, and they sort of did. Like, but I think these are still when it's like an individual Pokemon like Birthday Tandemaus, probably a really cool event. Not going to change my life, but
because you can still complete the Pokedex without the Birthday Tandemaus. And actually, now that I think about it, you don't even need like Deoxys and Arceus. It's not necessary, but it still sounds nice to say, "Oh, I got them all."
I think where my line is when there is an event. When the event is an event, and they did this sort of recently in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the train wreck the game actually, and it's like those a couple of those items that I think the BDSP Shaman event and like the Shaman, Darkrai, and Arceus, they have like limited availability to them, but those are events. Those are packaged experiences where it's like I think.
You miss the window, you're screwed.
Well, yeah, so it's like it's almost like where it's like it's not planned, but it's like, how could you do this oversight? You're like there was a little mini story. Why didn't you just let it run forever? Like it's like
now
that
you have the capability to fix the mistakes like you did with Deoxys.
So like I just
but then and then they also added a Mew and a Jirachi in those games for completion of other games.
It's like when you I don't know. I don't have to do crazy hypotheticals, but I do think about this sometimes. It's like the idea of like I don't want to get crazy dark, but like murder versus manslaughter or like gross negligence. Like okay, but it's like if you drive a car poorly, it's like if I'm driving around and I'm like I'm like a dumbass, I don't know how to drive. It's like well I didn't mean to, but also hey dumbass, you're driving a car really poorly, and so I like went to like the atom bomb example of this concept, but I think I'm making my point sort of. It's like when does like because it's like these are full on experiences. I don't know, when does that negligence become like okay, well you're just not thinking. It's like it is kind of a plan because you keep doing it.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I even though we're calling this planned obsolescence, I'm not like ascribing any sort of malice or intent. I'm just this is just how it is. That's just how I'm thinking about it. Like this is because we can't you and I and you we're all here.
Right.
We can't change anything about it. We just have to live with whether what you want to call it, the mess, the reality, whatever you want to call it. We're living with it. And I think that's kind of why I just kind of said the boardroom thing offhandedly. Because when I think about this, I don't think of like I think about maybe a little bit of the design intent, but not like the intent of, the butts and seats at that boardroom. I'm just thinking about what we're living with, what the practical thing is. I wouldn't go so far as to call it like negligence or an oversight. Just what we're living in, what we're sitting in.
It does like fully ruffle me that like full stories get lost.
Actually no, yeah, I am pissed off about that. I forgot about that.
That is very frustrating, and just I don't know, for that to keep happening, like I don't, and it's like who am I even mad for? I don't know, but it's like why did you?
Well, you said yourself that like have you like you want to experience every feeling.
I want to experience every feeling. So, and I can't. I think I missed the freaking window for Shaman on BDSP. I got Darkrai's and I got Arceus's, and I can't get the one for Shaman, and I don't want to.
You have Darkrai and Arceus. What if you want to experience that? What if you want to experience everything by doing that a second time? What are you going to do for Darkrai and Arceus?
I don't. Yeah, like what I there's a lot of
doing
BDSP
something a
to be
second
played.
time is something new. It's always something new to do it the second time. You have it, but like you can't go back to it like you could if you reset a cartridge and just go fight the first gym again.
Is this like? I'm inclined to say yes. Is this in the vein of what you're talking about? Of like, I need to reset this game to experience it as an older person, and I cannot do that without losing like that one. I thought about this all the time when I was in middle school. It was like I had the Liberty Pass. So like on release of
Black and White, I had every event in black and white, and then I reset it because I was an idiot. I wouldn't do that now. I just get like a new copy or something.
The game was released with not just Victini. Victini is on an island. It's like, I don't know, based on somewhere in New York. And you go find a couple Team Plasma grunts. And somewhere in New York, maybe. I don't know much about New York, but the Liberty Tower might shed some light on that. But I think about that all the time. It was like, the games were essentially packaged with this Victini event. And then after a certain point, it's like, well, if I want to try black and white in a different way, it's not going to come with the Victini package. And that kind of makes me sad. That kind of makes me sad. And they ran it for a really long time. I don't know why it didn't just stay on, but like, whatever.
Even if they kept it on, the DS still limited that window.
Exactly. So,
which, I mean, that's probably going to happen to like the Switch eventually. I mean, we'll all be 80 years old in a Culver's yanking chains.
I do love yanking a good chain. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. I think I'm like, I have a well-known tendency to get angry about nothing and at no one. Like it's just like a different experience now. Though, like it's like that is still worth like I guess mourning and considering of like I'm never gonna do Black 1 start the game with Victini again or like that little sequence. Well, and it's just like
I guess this kind of gets into a little bit of like gamer ingenuity. I kind of wanted to bring this up earlier.
Please do. A
little bit when you were talking about taking advantage of the frozen time. I think that's really in the spirit of gaming. If you give gamers a world with rules, they're going to figure them out. Mm-hmm. And I think like I mentioned when I was talking about my recent what I've been doing. I've been helping out a guy through like trying to simulate online connectivity with black and white, even though it's been discontinued. I'm sending him like raw data files for Pokemon so he could put them on his game. And we're like, oh yeah, that's a trade, And with that, there has been an incredible preservation effort for a lot of the physical cartridges. I have my R4 loaded with all sorts of GBA and DS distributions, like the Eon ticket, like the Aurora ticket. I got a buddy who has been really trying to document all the black and white events in like every language, the physical distribution carts that they would do it like at tournaments, that kind of thing. And a lot of that is online now. It's been archived, it's been backed up, and you could simulate giving yourself that ticket to Liberty Island or the Liberty Garden. Even without, I mean, you'd still be, it's kind of a gray area, but you're not just checking boxes in PK Hex because the gamer's spirit has come around and said, I want to be able to do this again.
I think that something that gets, and like it really in the spirit of all of this, but you just kind of like brought it back with me is like something that like gets me, I have to like stop myself from engaging with it because I will go on a tirade of being like old man yelling at cloud of like I feel like it is such an issue often. Like I don't, and I'm like I think the anger, one of the times like the angriest I ever made myself was like going on like the Pokemon trade subreddit, and there's like this giant linked document about like what is legit versus what is authentic, and like the
oh my god,
yeah, like the authenticity crisis of Pokemon, and I always like I do it. I'm like, well, in like the I guess more recent like the genning controversy with VGC, and it's like, oh, what, and it's like, but it raises all these, when those things happen though, it raises these questions of like what is the in the VGC one, whereas like the, I guess to explain my nonsense, it's like people are going to the world tournament to battle, and instead of spending what is essentially like the chore of, because it's pretty chore. You stack up your EVs, you build up your guys, and that's how you do it the right way. And some people would generate these Pokemon, and then they got busted for it. But then the argument was posed is like, well, that's not really what this is about. They came here to play. They came here to play, not to do a stat building simulator. They actually just wanted to do like the tactical game that was the advertised function. And then like the same thing with like these, it's like, oh, it's like, and I guess I think this is a much less likely person to exist, but it's like, oh, that's not like the real Victini. Like you, like that's not a real. But it's like I had an authentic experience though, and I had a different one, of course. But I don't know. It's almost, I guess, to your point, the Sludge King. Mm-hmm. I think it's like more valuable in spite of it because it's like the further the thread of art is being further created, and it's like I had that then and I have that now, and I have the comparison. Like I have the difference between those two events, and I think that's really, really cool to. I feel like you kind of like told the story for me. It was like I remember doing Victini, and I can ingenuity the Victini now in this specific example. But it's like I have
duct tape and a dream, and you're there.
And then I have like this kind of, I don't know, like a connection between these two things of like, it felt like this, now it feels like this, and it's also this way. And like,
it's snapshots into your own life.
And with the world context that you just provided, it's like, I don't know, it's this whole tapestry. It's this whole, that is like, I don't know, especially like with the context of like in like gamers being intuitive, it's like, I don't know, more powerful almost. It's such a story. Oh my God, it's such a story.
Gamers are powerful. That's what you should take from this podcast. Beware. You've been warned.
Driver, can you put on something less romantic?
I have a podcast about the space station explosion.
Oh, good idea. Nothing is less romantic than learning.
From Girl Crush, I'm Diane Nguyen, and this is the Crushcast.
Oh, my ex-wife has a podcast. This is probably weird for you.
No, it would only be weird if we were on a date, but we're not, so...
I'm here with Laika, the first woman in space. Laika, why are we blowing up the space station?
On the International Space Station, everything 10 years old. All phone chargers is for a regional iPhone. Hacha! I make jokes, but is always designed to go exploded. Is called planned obsolescence.
Planned obsolescence? Sounds like a good description of my last marriage.
Well, that's probably enough of this.
No, leave it on.
Now he's dating a girl about 20 years younger than him. Honestly, she's the one I feel bad for.
Why does she feel bad for me?
Really think we should put on something else?
You got it.
Coming up, we got a brand new single from 21 Pilots.
Ooh, back to the podcast.
Something I miss from Generation 5 is the Dream World. That was like that was my homepage.
Yeah,
yes.
Bring it up.
On my web browser. I would check it every single day.
Lead the way.
It was very short-lived, wasn't it? Like it
such a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Can someone describe? I feel like this one like warrants like a description.
Sludge King, would you like to describe the Dream World?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Pokemon Dream World, it was an epic website, okay, where you could connect with your DS to the website using the Dream Sync thing with Fennel and the Muna side quests and everything like that. And you could link up with it to send Pokemon and items to your game by playing like these Club Penguin like Flash games. It blew my mind. I loved Flash games when I was a kid. And they're like, hey, you want to get it like a Kabuto or something? Yeah, just like play on this website. And you just get a Kabuto and it's awesome.
And there was stuff on this website, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm making a persnickety little addendum to it.
Please
There was stuff on this website that you could only get from the website.
Yes.
The Kabuto would have, I don't know, whatever the not battle armor ability is.
Yes,
for
that
Kabuto.
was the
The
thing.
Kabuto would have a new
Gen
special
5.
ability.
They added the hidden abilities, and the way to get that was by getting these Pokemon from the Dream World. So it wasn't just like, oh, do something online that you could do just by reviving a fossil and sending it up. Mm-hmm. It was, okay, here's this Kabuto, and it's special. It's not like other Kabuto. Mm-hmm. It's got a special
it's in a dream
ability. Ball. That too. They had the special ball. Mm-hmm. And they would get sent. They would get sent to this little area inside of Black and White where you could go catch them with those dream balls. Mm. It wasn't like a distribution like that, like we have been talking about for anyone who didn't experience it. The Pokemon would get sent when you'd sync, and then you would go and catch it. And, and there was you could get berries on it.
Yeah.
There were like these activity points. They did do special distributions. Like there was a way to get an Arceus from the Dream World. I remember that. That was a big deal.
Insane.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned the berries. Like you cannot grow berries normally in the Unova region. So the way that they intended for you to grow berries for your Generation 5 games was using the Dream World.
With your parents' permission.
ask your parents or guardian before using the Dream World.
If I could on Pokemon Webkins without my parents' permission, I would spontaneously combust.
And the website itself, like the games you could play on it were fun. They were Flash games for sure. But I really liked also that like it was a game in and of itself, separate from just being a tool for you to get Pokemon and items for your main game. They gave you like a little house that you could decorate. Man, I miss the
Remember
Dream
the
World.
time limit?
Yes. Oh my god! Now that you mention it, yes.
You could only play for like an hour a day, and then they're like, "Go get out of here."
Yeah. So yeah.
Like,
oh my god. Yeah. So while
So
you were
even
playing the
then,
Dream World,
even when it was up, even when they were like, "Okay, it's up indefinitely," you had a limit. Oh my god, we've really cracked the case open here.
yeah, I fully forgot about that now that you mention it. But yeah, you're right. So even
It was so frustrating.
while you were playing it, as much as it was meant, like it was this like dreamy, like kind of like nice light color palette, kind of pastel-y, you know what I mean? It's meant to be like a cozy experience, but the whole time you're like rushing to do everything that you need to do during your day, now that you mention it, your limited time doing the Dream World.
Oh my god.
I probably like at the time took for granted any of the Pokemon that I got from the Dream World, but like later in life,
for sure.
Looking back at my Pokemon in Gen 5 in a Dream Ball, or some of the Pokemon that even made it up to Pokemon Home, I'm just like, I will cherish these forever because of what they represent.
I have like 2 original Dream Ball Pokemon, and I don't even remember, but it's like, this is awesome. Like just the existence, your existence, Gen 5 Dream Ball Pokemon. I treasure you just intrinsically.
Like, we didn't hallucinate it. It happened. And this is
it wasn't a dream.
It wasn't a dream. Oh my god.
Was it a dream?
I know there's been a project, I think, to try to like rewrite it or trying to get the functionality back. Has anybody heard anything more
They
about
are working on this is a very difficult process because they're trying to rebuild like an online Flash game, and the most recent call that I heard was like, if you have a computer that ever accessed the Dream World, like please send us your browser caches so that we can try and rebuild it.
I remember that call 4 years ago.
So it is still being worked on. The most recent development was like them figuring out how to do, I think it's like called Entree Forest injectables, where like you put something on GameSync, because that was the menu that would send it to the Dream World, and then there's like a homebrew thing where you can just select what Pokemon encounter you want, and then it will bring it back. But it imitates the original functionality. It's like it's indecipherable from the original.
I actually just accidentally downloaded that program. I was trying to make a way, because for some reason I thought it was a way to edit your black and white levels. Or no, I thought I could use it to reduce the population in Black and White City because I was trying to get footage for a video, but I accidentally downloaded like the Entree Forest thing. I was like, what? Oh, okay, this could be good to just have in my back pocket. Because I mean, the only thing, I mean, you can in effect get everything that you could get from the Dream World, just without the experience.
Yeah,
of it.
Without, and
it's just not the same.
We want to feel every feeling.
Oh yeah,
I want to feel every feeling. I want to make a PSA before I forget it. I did not have my parents' permission to go on the Dream World because as I have mentioned, I think in passing before, I don't think it was my fault, but my mom's school computer was bricked and they thought it was me going on the Dream World. It was white screening. After I used it, they were like, no more Dream World forever. And that was the end of my days in the Dream World. But
oh my god, it looks like on Bulbapedia they have like a full list. It looks like of every time it was closed, like due to maintenance and excessive traffic. Every time they added something. Wow, what a lovely little memory.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of stuff attached to it also. They had popularity polls on the Global Link. I thought the Global Link was the coolest website. And
that
would
lasted a while.
Global Link.
It did.
The Global Link
actually
lasted, I think, well past Black 2 and White 2.
Yeah.
Maybe, or I just thought it was so cool to check on. And it was like I know that was. I feel like I'd have been like 13, 14. I was like, Morning Joe, Global Link. Let's see what they're talking about today.
Global Link lasted to 2020.
Wow,
I
that's pretty awesome.
I remember checking it during Generation 6. I remember they had goals for trades, like everyone playing, if they traded 10 million Pokemon in a certain amount of time, then something good would happen. Almost similar to like the Shiny Zeraora distribution in Sword and Shield. But yeah, similar to the Dream. I feel like after the Dream World closed, then my homepage then became the global link, and it was so fun. It felt like
there still was stuff to do on it.
There, yeah. Well, you could like there was
still decorations, right?
You could watch
you could
like trades happening, like online trades happening.
Oh yeah,
in like real time between just like two people.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
Just spying on trades. Did you do that a lot?
Well, no, like this was on the homepage. Like you would log in and it would show you like the globe, and it would be like so and so.
And it would be linked up.
So and so in Japan is trading with so and so in California.
I wonder how much of that
out.
was like simulated versus accurate.
Do
you think they were just like, oh look, this is what is happening?
I choose to believe these were real people doing real trade, or at least
me too. I just wonder.
At least they were like GTS trades finally going through.
And it's like that was another one, the GTS of, because now it's also complicated, or I think it is at least. It's nice that you can trade Pokemon on your phone app on Pokemon Home, but like
it's not the same.
I do miss going in that little building and saying like
just putting it out to the world.
Yeah. And seeing 100 people respond back to me. I would like a level 9 or below Mew for your Chimchar.
It was not all sunshine and roses, was it?
There was some nefarious stuff happening.
That's
sure.
That's still happening, but it's for like Pharaoh Trim Furfrou.
Awesome. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we still have this problem. Well, it's timeless. They're calling it timeless. The search for the level 9 or below Mew, it's a timeless struggle. My children will know.
As long as they keep doing it, the online stuff, yeah.
Some days I'm like, I really, really miss this stuff. And I'm like, oh, my life is so different now. And on other days, I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know why I bounce back and forth between that. I think things, the Dream World, while like this crazy experience was this big, like it was like just like a bonus game, right? Like, and I remember I was like, I remember very saliently thinking they had this event. I was very excited about this event where it's like you can get a Dream Ball evolution, and depending on how you play this like brick breaker type game, that's gonna or then you get to pick your Eevee. And I was really gung ho for Jolteon, and I got my special Quick Feet Jolteon, which is like. What was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking? Not like it's like who cares? But it's in a Dream Ball, so it's awesome. But we were very saliently thinking is like, and just like the thought occurred to me, it was like I'm playing freaking Webkins games like for like prizes in Black right now. Like what's going on? But and so I guess it's like extracurricular, I suppose. But it's so weird with this stuff when it was like fundamental to the game, because one of the reasons why I like X and Y so much is because of the experience I had with the PSS. And that was
my God, yeah.
That was the infrastructure for Gen 6 and Gen 7 is like this. The bottom screen essentially was dedicated to like local wireless play, online wireless play. There was all of this like logistics functionality. And this is like, this is the infrastructure of the game. This is the pipe that is laid beneath the city. And it's like you said, it's a weird dead town without it. It's very,
because it used to be, when it was very lively back in the day. You'd load up your 3DS, you'd boot up the game, and you'd see all these happy little faces on your bottom screen that you could like trade with and stuff.
You get a random nice once in a while.
Yeah. You get feedback from your peers. And now
Jimbo said nice.
Now you open it up, and there's maybe like one or two, and then there's the system setting friends, but they're all darked out.
Yeah,
it's just
that's so depressing.
Yeah, it really evokes that like that Steam meme where it's like, oh, last online 3,000 days ago. Like, oh, wonder what they're up to. Wonder what they're up to. And so much was tied to that too. Like the little interactions would make Friend Safari stuff appear. And now, oh my, Friend Safari stuff is a nightmare now. Oh my God.
I guess one like place that I always think about with stuff like this, where it is, I don't know, and it's like it couldn't have been planned because it's like a popularity thing. So like I don't like it's just an odd set of experiences. But like the Friend Safari, just because you brought up the Friend Safari, was essentially a hard requirement if you were going to do competitive in Gen 6. Like if you were going to be a serious battle player, which they seem to really like when people do, because that's like the big important event, you had to do the Friend Safari. And it's like it's cool because the Friend Safari is awesome and you make Pokemon encounters off of your friends. And now it's like if you want to do Gen 6 competitive, oh dear. Oh dear. But the same this is like every gen happens with this, and like people still play these games. And like I early in like last September, I went to a Gen 3 tournament at that. You might remember mentioning that con. It was, I mean, virtually everybody genned, but everybody genned their Pokemon because it's a freaking Gen 3 competition. But like you can I guess uniquely against Pokemon, and just like I don't know, something that I think about is like we could all hop on Mario Kart. If the three of us got together, we could hop on Mario Kart 64 and hash it out in no time, right? Like it would be easy. There would be no problems, and we could do that function. And I think I don't know how much I would give stake to like it's certainly like I think a pretty like personal thing. But I give a lot of stake of like being able to battle and like test your wit against other trainers as a big part of the function of that game, which I know is like on the back of like multiplayer to begin with. But it's so odd the way that prior generations battles, like not just the multiplayer, because like you need the peripherals and stuff, and like for that tournament to work, everyone was like, please bring a Game Boy Advance, please bring a link cable if you have one. We're going to try to have enough Game Cubes to accommodate everybody. It was like you need all that stuff. And then also like that simple example is like if you need Alakazam, who evolves by trading, and like Alakazam isn't terrible, it's like, well, you have some work to figure out for that. And like this turns what I think is one of the three main features of Pokemon games. Like the scene changes overnight once that support is lost for these old games.
And I think the
Gen
interesting
6 is
thing
probably
about
the biggest
that,
one.
They especially with like Gen 6 and these ones where there are no more live services, they leave in little things where you can advance these things. You can, if you meet somebody in person, get their friend code, you can add to your friend Safari and interact with them and get that in person. But the expectation is that you're using the online service to do that. That's the expectation. A similar thing kind of plays out with Black City and White Forest in Black and White, where there is a mechanic to populate it by how fast you go through. If you don't know, I think you have to reach Black City or White Forest within I think 3 or 4 days for it to have max population. And if you don't interact with the trainers who are in that city, they start to leave. And the way that you're intended to mitigate that is by interacting with other trainers, like with the Dream World, or not the Dream World, the Entree and
like the local wireless,
local stuff like that. But I think you used to be able to do that with online stuff. I might be wrong. I'm not sure, but I think the expectation there was, you just use online interactions to kind of bolster it, to shake hands, get these NPCs to like move over, like kind of like Animal Crossing, if you might say. But in a game where everyone is playing, where like Black and White, it's like 4 generations behind. If you're playing it, you're probably the only person playing it within a significant radius. So you're gonna have to shell out. Like we all talk about, like, oh yeah, let me go to the playground. Let me, as a kid, let me play. Let me get the link cable. We'll link up. But that's not happening anymore. A lot of the joke kind of is, oh, let me get out my second DS, do this trade because I don't know anybody around me who's still playing these games.
It does kind of create just because you're mentioning the local multiplayer of Gen 5 specifically. That was another thing that I did at this con, was like
the Fun Fest stuff.
The Fun Fest stuff. Everybody. And it's like stuff like that. Yeah, they're loving the Fun Fest right now. Just like this now, what you just described is like if you can get that to happen, it's this gigantic event that is like this once in a lifetime opportunity, and like this new adventure, this new memory is created in this entirely different way. And it's like I never would have had that. The experience, and apparently like Absol Blogs Pokemon has gotten some pretty gigantic events for these to happen in the US of like I think over 100 people like all playing freaking Black 2 and White 2 at the same time. Because like, even the one that I went to, I think it was a 30-ish person fun fest. I'd never seen anything like that when the game originally came out. And we only did it because it's like, because it's the way that you're describing. It's like, oh, we wanted to like, can we emulate that childhood experience? And then we had kind of an even crazier experience as a result of like, let's live it up again.
Because even the largest gang of children who are like roaming around playing Black and White back in the day, it's probably like, no more than like 8.
There's like a number of lights that can show up on. I don't think
on the bottom screen.
Yeah, on the bottom screen, it's like there's like 8 to 10 or something, and then they have this mission that is like get 30 people together at once. But then also it's like sort of like the PSS. There's like this like I don't know, imagination from them. It's like, oh, you'll never be with like more than 10 people at once, right? Like surely you'll never be in like a freaking banquet hall with like 100 other people trying to game this silly little thing.
What a fool the person who said that originally has been made to be. At that boardroom.
Yeah. Well, we made them eat their words.
Uh-huh.
While I do really value that, it's still, I guess, complicated, because it was still like, oh, you have to like please bring a DS, please bring Black 2 or White 2, and we're all going to come together at this thing. Like just in this example, but it's like, I don't know, when Caprio and I were trying to do like the wireless multiplayer stuff, it's like it is this event, and I guess this is on Gen 3, right? With the what is it, the what the hell are they called, the adapters, the wireless adapters,
the mini games,
the mini games,
right,
on there.
Yeah, and
it's like this very esoteric process. I feel like we both, I don't know, like wasn't that just like a memory kind of like we got to do something pretty cool. I don't know, I feel pretty good about like the experience that I got to have, but it's like this like weird byproduct of time and like loss of resources, but to create something new, to create a new story. And you got to do that on the stream, right? Like
I tried,
or some of it.
I tried Jump on stream. I didn't get the 200, but I think the thing that you're describing with like trying to make this stuff happen in spite of it not being realistic or feasible, because most people have moved on to whatever the newest version of Pokemon is, whether it's doing something solo like trying to get to 200 jumps in Jump, or meeting up with 30 people to beat that FunFest mission or whatever, is just like there's an amount of like intention and effort required now for like the truly dedicated, and that's inspiring. That makes it feel probably more powerful than it would have if it was just kind of something that you happened to do at the time when the game was newer. Like I'm wondering, for instance, 20 years from now, if we're going to look back at getting to play together and make sandwiches in Scarlet and Violet in a similar light. You know what I mean? Like we're taking it for granted now.
That's an unreal thought.
But like maybe 20 years from now, I'll be like, man, remember when we used to get to make sandwiches together? That was crazy. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But I think
let's do that again. Let's come back to that.
And it's similar with like folks making these distributions available for folks to experience these things in spite of them being officially no longer available. It's just like, again, for the folks who are dedicated, for the folks who want to feel every feeling, it's they're making it possible because they really want to, in spite of it, whether it was planned or not. It is obsolete now, but like, obsolescence be damned. The gamers will prevail.
My God, they
Gamers are so powerful.
They're so powerful.
Every day I salute gamers. Thank you, gamers.
Thank you, gamers.
Thank you for being so determined, gamers. Thank you for being so capable.
It feels good. Also, like everything you said is true. Like it was like the energy in the room when I did FunFest was crazy. It was unbelievable. Like,
Sure, it was electric.
Because people,
yeah, it was awesome.
People traveled. People took time off work to do this
To get
thing.
a little medal.
Yeah, to get a medal in a 15-year-old Pokemon game. Are you kidding?
Everybody was freaking out. Everybody was losing their minds. I was
everyone there
jumping
was
up and down.
like so.
When am I
so
gonna
glad.
get? When else am I gonna get the chance to get in a room with 15 other, 30 other nerds?
Yeah.
Never.
This is so unlikely.
Yeah.
But it's special. You're right. Like it's so special.
I'm wondering if you two could fill me in on the altering cave.
Oh my God. There's a can of worms right there.
Yeah, we've been.
Yeah,
All
we
over this.
just for like the past week, we've just been bouncing ideas off about this. It's
Mm-hmm.
just
So
it's a lot
I mean,
to
it's
unpack. So you
so
want to set the
interesting.
stage? You want to
I
set
don't
the
know.
stage?
I don't know anything about it. Okay,
Okay.
that's a place
Well,
that
tell
I go.
us what you know about it, what you've been using it for.
That's a place that I go to beat up Zubats
Mm-hmm.
for speed EVs.
It's Altering Cave. It's in two places, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and in Emerald. It has the same layout, but a different tile set in each game. And if you're just walking in there today, it's just going to have Zubat in it.
My man.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people use it to like just shiny hunt Zubat or get speed EVs, right?
Mm.
Well, the original intent for that area was for it to be like tied to a distribution that would change the Zubat into different Pokemon. But quite famously, that distribution never amounted to anything. Not in Fire Red and Leaf Green, not in Emerald either. And the curious thing about it is, despite the fact that they put it into Emerald and never did anything with it, all of the Pokemon that you could find, that you were intended to be able to find in the Altering Cave, were put in the Emerald extension to the Safari Zone, except Smeargle, who was put in the Artisan Cave at the Battle Frontier. But all those Johto Pokemon that you can think of that are in the Emerald Safari Zone, like Snubbull, Houndour, Stantler, Apom, they were all intended to be tied to this event that just never saw the light of day. Not in any region, as far as any kind of documentation goes. Just never happened. Not when they did Fire Red, Leaf Green. Not when they did in Emerald. And I think the most curious part about it to me is that it coexists in Emerald with something that was intended to replace it. That's Safari Zone extension.
How are they going to do the distributions? Do you know how they were like? These would be like in-person distributions, I assume.
Presumably, I think
believe it was
Droomish
supposed
knows
to be
more.
A machine of some sort, of like a kiosk situation.
Okay.
So the functionality is known now.
Yeah.
I have seen this event simulated where.
And there's text boxes you can read that explain the whole thing. Like they explained that it would change.
Yeah, like you will get like Zubat is the default case in this cave, and it will be changed to a different Pokemon, which becomes the default case. And then so like you can do everything that you can do with Zubat, you can now do with Mareep. So you can now have a Mareep shiny hunting farm or a Mareep EV farming zone.
So it wouldn't expire.
Yes, it would not expire if it was changed, which is just another like interesting little like.
Because even if
notch
they
on
had
this,
gone
I suppose
through with it, there would be people who are like stuck with the Stantler, stuck with the Pineco.
Right.
And then you restart it and you've just got Zubat.
So I find this like particular instance, not to get like crazy in the weeds, even though that's what I'm
Get
known
in the
for.
weeds. Let's get down.
I mean, it's like you can go there now, and of course, I mean it's a cave. It exists in the game. It's not like I don't know, like the Flower Paradise, which you need all the shaman stuff for to get into. You can go in this cave. You can interact with the area of the event, and it's just a cave, and you can live there if you so choose to.
There's no items too, which is pretty interesting for a place like this.
Yeah, and I think because I was certainly baited into this line of thought that there was something that I didn't understand about it when I was little. Because I would go to the one that was in leaf green, my leaf green. I was like, I just ran around in there for a while. And I was like, I must not get it. I must just not understand. And there's Zubat in here. I get that. I guess this is a Zubat zone or something. But there's lots of Zubats all over the place. That's what I thought as a child. I don't know. It's just we've been so, or at least I have been too. We've been talking about it because it's like this, like both. It is one of these instances where something there was obsolescence occurred. The cave never performed its original function, and yet it exists, and purpose was made of it, and
unlike something like the Azure Flute, which was unused in its original context, it never saw the light of day in any form. It didn't come back in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It didn't come back in, well, I guess it wouldn't come back in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, because in Fire Red and Leaf Green, it's quite famously in the Sevi Islands. Shout out to them. Love them.
Love them. Love the Sevi Islands.
Yeah.
The best islands.
Because the Azure Flute that came back in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, that saw the light of day, even though it was famous for so long for being unreleased, Altering Cave stands alone.
It's interesting that Altering Cave in Fire Leaf Green is placed in the Sevi Islands in the post game, quite late into the story. And so if you go in there and there's Zubats and you're encountering Zubats for a while, like assuming you don't know how Altering Cave is supposed to function, you're a kid. Yeah. You get in there, but because of its location, it like feels special. It's a named cave, and I would imagine a kid being in there for a long time, maybe anticipating like a 1% encounter, something.
I was
totally,
like
and
something special that
you're just getting Zubats. Versus where it is in Emerald, it's just north of Mauville. It's north of Slateport, south of Mauville. Before you get the
very
third
early
gym.
in the game.
Very early
in the game.
It's
it
kind of just
appear.
a cave.
It does not appear until the post game. The entrance is closed.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, so then I would change
you that this opens up in Emerald.
Okay, I would change what I'm saying then to be similar to Fire Red and Leaf Green, in that if this opens up again post game, I would again assume that something special is here.
Mm-hmm. If you even noticed it at all, because it's just on an early route, just right there next to the river.
Yeah, at least in the Sevi Islands, it's like that's a place that you're exploring anyway. I think if I remember where Altering Cave is, it's like at the end of like a surfing route.
It's on Outcast Island, I think on Island 6.
So that feels special. It feels like you would encounter a legendary.
Yeah.
there.
It's way up there on its own.
The end of a journey, kind of.
Right. It was extremely disappointing with that context for it to be just Zubat.
Yeah. Which is why it's so, and I guess I don't know, this is like a keystone piece in the whole thing that we're talking about here. And I feel like we've been kind of bouncing around this with like the legendary ingenuitous gamers figuring out how to make great things out of things gone. But even just like in like the context of the world and the people living there is all sorts of purpose that has come out of Altering Cave being this deprecated landmark. And because it's filled with Zubats, you can, and these are the examples that I came up with, but it's just like there's just a handful of ways to use it. If you are nuzlocking, for instance, you can use the Zubat encounter to game. You can game your encounters this way because you have a guaranteed Zubat, so you can knock it off of other places. If you want speed EVs, if you want to grind your Pokemon, you just knock out Zubats a bunch. And if you want a shiny Crobat or something, you can hunt here. No sweat. You can.
No phases.
You'll never have a problem.
No incidentals.
No phases. Yeah, exactly. So it has, I don't know, this like renewed sense of purpose. Like it's like it's valuable. It has been made valuable in like, I don't know, like in the hands of people who like, I don't know, will take any opportunity.
Who know how to mold it.
Yeah, like it's like what can we get out of this thing that really wasn't even, it's like borderline not supposed to be in the game given how everything went. Like
yeah,
it was
especially in Emerald, it has no reason to exist.
It is virtually an oversight that it is here, and yet it was made use of. or it is made use of
Mm-hmm.
by just, I don't know,
By gamers.
knowers of games. Gamer. I didn't want to say gamers again, but
Why?
it's I was just looking for some differentiation in my monologue. You're right,
Individuals
though. I mean, it's
who
like,
participate in gaming as a hobby.
and they know game. So
They
I
know
loved
game.
It. I loved it.
They know game ball.
I think it's kind of, I mean, it's almost an emblem of all of this in a really, really cool way that actually exists inside of the world of often, I don't know, obsolescence is a factor of perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And while that event is off the table, but obviously you can go to the Safari Zone and get those Pokemon, and then you can use the cave for whatever purposes you see fit for a cave of Zubat. And I don't know, I've been really like, my mind has been harping on this of like how cool this is recently.
I've mentioned it in like 3 of my videos, and I just keep adding a little bit more to it, and I'm like, oh my god, I should just talk about it. I should talk about everything.
We should just talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
You should, especially.
Oh, thank you.
It's a lot of stuff is like this, I guess, but I think it's, I guess, a testament to the ways that experiments change. And it's something that you can look at in a vacuum, like in an individual playthrough. You can appreciate that this event is gone, but also, hey, there's something new that I can do here. Like, I guess it's kind of like this whole experience that we're talking about is put in a bottle with this cave of you can appreciate the past and do something and make a new experience right now. All in this one little artifact.
The interesting thing to point out about this is one where we don't have memories about it. This is one where we're lamenting that we were unable to create them a little bit. Like, that's a little bit, I think, of the passion that we're demonstrating here. You know, we're like, oh, I remember the dream world. I love that. Oh, I remember going to GameStop. And here we're just like, you can't do anything here. What can we do now? And I think that just further sets it apart. It's such a unique area.
And you can, I don't know, just wonder what could have been in many of these cases, which is its own unique sort of mourning for me. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I honestly, this is probably like mental illness. Like, I'm being like absolutely 200 about it, but it's like I mourn the experiences that I was unable to have, and like this is one of those.
I'm with you
fully. I mourn.
I wish I could have had a berry juice from a shuckle in Generation 3, but alas, I can't. Because if you didn't, that was the only place you would have been able to get a berry juice on a shuckle.
I wish I could have known how Archie Sonic was going to end. And I took many cold showers about not getting that ending and many cries in those cold showers. And I feel the same way about this cave of, I don't know, I'll never know what could have been. And
there's not even a gray way to simulate this. You kind of just have to cheat, just straight up check some boxes in PK Hex to get it. There's not, because there's not a distribution to preserve.
Right. Like, you can like fan fiction about it. It's like, this was a function that would exist in your hands. Like, how it would feel is entirely a byproduct of what you just described.
God, I wish I could have caught a Smeargle here. But now I have to go to the Artisan Cave.
You know what? You could hatch whatever you want inside of Altering Cave.
Oh my god, yeah. You could take a Mareep egg into the Altering Cave and get a Mareep there. See, this is the gamer ingenuity.
Gamers, thank you, gamers.
Gamers rise up.
Thank you, gaming Capreo.
I am gamers in this instance.
Now, I think regardless of like all of that, it is still like, what's the word? Like, it's you said it a long time ago, but mystique. It's romantic. It still is. Despite I will never ever have any of this stuff, and it is still romantic to wonder, like, what could have been.
It's such a swashbuckling thought, you know.
I really like that way of putting it. That's way better than romantic, but it's so like, I don't know. It's adventurous. It's high seas. It's
whatever you make it. You're making the meaning.
Thank God that you said it.
Yeah, let's make meaning.
That's the Sludge Kings thing.
That's my motto. I make meaning. It's alliterative and it's.
I want to read a quote from one of my favorite authors, and it's time is the distance that makes the heart grow fonder. the Sludge King said that recently. The Sludge King said that in a private interview that we were having with him.
And I think it's true. Okay. It's so true. Other people have said absence instead of time is the distance. Recently, I met up with a friend that I had not seen in like 5 or 6 years. He had changed so much. I had changed so much. But we just slipped right back into it. And I'm like, you know what? I really want to be more. I want to hang out with this guy more. But he couldn't. And so now I know that the next time we see him again, it might be another 5 years down the line. It's just going to be. I'm just going to be even more fond of the memories and all that. And I think, in a less serious way, you take the Pokemon games, you don't play them for a while, you come back, and it's like slipping back into that old pair of shoes. It fits you. It's good. It's awesome. But maybe it's a little bit different because, that you've been keeping the shoes in a closet. Maybe they, maybe they stink. Maybe they got maybe the soles are crumbling, but they're still your shoes.
Maybe you're different also.
Yeah, my feet are bigger. They don't fit. How am I interacting with these shoes? My feet have stopped growing, but it's
couldn't be me. LOL.
I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of just said some stuff and you asked me to elaborate.
No, I thought it was really good stuff because it's like it's the through line. I was kind of asking you to do the through line, with NPR famously.
Yeah. I think that all of these things, the further divorced they are from their original context, the more we are able to think about them. Even though they're kind of the same, we change, the world around them changes, and it's just a magical way to keep these games new and fresh later on. And I don't know that there are games that are kind of like this. You pick up Metroid 2. It's not like there's a special distribution that you missed out on where you get a special suit or something like that. I think Pokemon games kind of stand apart kind of like that, where there are these stories that you're missing out on. There's stories that you can write again for yourself.
It doesn't make folklore. It's you're folklore is just pouring out of, and not even the games, but the real world timeline of Pokemon is filled with folklore of if Pokemon didn't work this way, I feel like I would lose 75% of my talking points because it's let me tell you about the time I didn't get to go to the stupid Toys R Us event and
for 3 hours.
Paul screwed me over. That's only I don't know.
There's such interactive games. They lend themselves, I think,
to real world interactions.
And even when we're deprived of these interactions, whether it be because the internet service is discontinued or these things are no longer obtainable, even when this is happening, we're still centered around that central theme of of interaction, of making stories and connections with people. Even within even with yourself, just making that meaning.
Did we do it? Did we feel every feeling?
Do you feel that you felt every feeling?
So.
There's a couple. There's. I can yap.
There's one lingering thing that I think I think that us talking about this right now and the time that we're talking about this, kind of when the cultural zeitgeist is about lost media and liminal spaces and all these buzzwords that people are blah 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 blah, Gen Z word slop or whatever. I do think that that a lot of these obsoleted features give off that same kind of air of lost media, in the same way that a lost episode or something like that might be. Because we can talk about it, we have our memories, maybe we have screenshots, and maybe in very, extreme, or not extreme, in very special cases, we have access to these things again. But things like the dream world, in the collective consciousness, even aside from Pokemon fans, that's kind of put up in the air with just the impermanence of digital media, and media in general. And I think that it's not something unique to Pokemon, but I think Pokemon has a unique spin on lost media.
It certainly intriguing the way that Lost Media is. Like I eat this shit up the same way that I do a
Are
good
you kidding me?
Lost Media.
Backyardigans pilot? Yeah. Dream World? More for me, please. I think in the same way that like people are like, this is so not serious. People are talking about the Backyardigans pilot like they're like uncovering a murder that just happened in their town. They talk about it with such reverence, and I love that. I love that juxtaposition. I like the distance between things, you know, the juxtaposition, what it's like. I really like that we're able to sit here and have a conversation about something that, like, you know, it can be argued in the grand scheme of things, it's not really significant. But we're waxing philosophical about this, about these little games. And I to some people it's unserious, but to me, I think it's beautiful.
These special little rectangles that we love so much.
Yes.
The universe will suffer a heat death, and the fire red cartridge will remain.
Yeah.
But it will not have a Mew on it from Toys R Us.
It will not have.
No, it won't, because before the heat death of the universe, you missed June 30th, 2006 from 12 to 3.
Damn
you
it.
missed it. So
Tough break.
It's gone.
Damn it. Actually, can I ask you one more thing, the Sludge King?
Yeah.
And maybe this is a really unfair question to ask as
Okay.
like as a almost a second thought.
Unfair?
Do you have, is there any intersection here, any intersection with your thoughts and preservation? Because like that stupid non-bit I was just doing, because like that is one of the things I worry about. It's like I don't like yeah, it's not gonna last forever, but also
You can try.
we can try.
I'm a big
yeah.
advocate for preservation, but I'm also I'm kind of a realist in situations where it's not really possible. Like we're probably not going to get like the exact cartridge for the Mew from Toys R Us, so we're probably not going to be able to distribute it.
Okay, we did actually.
We did?
By different. I can.
Okay, pick one that we don't have, and just
It's a long
just slot
story.
it in.
Yeah, pick one we don't have. Pick one we don't have.
So imagine, if you will, one that we don't have, and it's lost forever. I've made my peace with that because it creates some of this lore, this mythos. I advocate for it. I think it should be done, but I think it really adds to that larger story of oh, this thing is lost forever. It's sad. It's also like you said, romantic. It's like there's a mystique around it. Yeah. Were you expecting me to say I hate preservation?
No, I was just like how it intersects. Like, what's the the?
Oh, I think I'm a big advocate for it. It ought to be done, but a lot of the time, the original creators who are making it don't really think about it as much. It's not for wide. All sorts of companies who are making these sorts of things and developers, they have their own internal archives. It's not available to the public a lot of the time, so we have to do a lot of the work to get it for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I guess, okay, I am going to tell part of the Mew story at least because it made something really interesting happen. And the reason I mentioned a while ago that I was on that terrible Pokemon trade subreddit, and the reason why it was not because of the VGC incident that I was talking about, is because there was a pinned post that I found. And doing research about the Mew cartridge, they said, warning gamers, the Mystery Mew is no longer tradable on this subreddit. You are not allowed to trade Mystery Mew anymore because preservationists cracked the original event. And the reason, and the way that the Mystery Mew worked was, for whatever reason, they decided they loaded up a Fire Red cartridge with Mews. They just genned, I think, 400 something Mews. Every slot in the game is filled with Mews. And you would go into Toys R Us and you would literally trade. It was not
They were doing that as far as
being,
the Game Boy Advance? Oh my god.
Yes, it might have been the last time that it happened, but these cartridges existed and they were reverse engineered. And so like it was preserved. It was fully preserved. They were able to get every seed every single one of these Mews was seeded off of the original cartridge, because some people stole the cartridges when they were done. Yeah. Some people reported like the data of the Mew that they received, like, oh, I have an original Mew. Here's what it looked like. And every Mew was reverse engineered. And then this community, and this is like, I don't know, just the fascination that I found. This community disowned that event because it was made to be freely available. through these kind of crazy preservation efforts, and they said no more trading the mystery Mew. It's essentially worthless now because they made it so it's copyable. And there's no way to tell.
They flooded the market.
Yeah.
They flooded the market with preservation.
I don't really have a horse in like the Pokemon trade economy.
Oh, neither do I. But isn't it a weird story?
It's a
It
crazy
is so
story.
weird. I don't know. It seems so pointless because there is a point where you can copy something so accurately that you're unable to tell. It's kind of okay. This is a little bit of a side tangent, but in the shiny hunting community, there was a big thing for years where you would show you have no cheating device. Well, anybody who knows like anything about action replays knows that there are some models where you can inject the cheats while not having it in, so it's useless. But people just did it anyway. I mean, but they were just doing it for no reason.
Right. Just because it was the thing to do.
It was just the thing everyone did because not everyone knew how it worked. There gets to be a point where you can replicate it so accurately that it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters if it's like, oh, it's original or not. Because I mean, you tell me that, how am I going to know? How am I really going to believe you unless it's mine?
Oh, well, you can't. Like that was the thing with the. That's why I find that story so interesting. Is like for you can't. There's the Mews are identical. They are literally like they are down to the bit. They are identical.
So unless you went around and doing a Toys R Us 3-hour Mew census, like and track and tag them all.
Yeah, like you vlogged your trip to the Jeffrey birthday party. Like this is.
And who's to say even before they banned that? What's to stop somebody from just cloning it? And it's in effect exactly the same.
Oh, right. And so that's why I like it so much when the thing that they're kind of selling with these is experiences. Like I think everything that you're talking about is true when it's an experience. But then, like, I don't know, just like something, I guess something.
There's so much on the honor system, but it's just
right.
It's just a handshake, you know.
Something stranger can occur when it's just like you get a piece of data, like essentially over the computer. Like when it's like you get like something dropped onto your Switch. It's like I don't know, like it is even an experience at this point, but it's like some prize later down the road, and it's like I know I'm in the freaking weeds again, but I there's like some cutoff point here in my mind of like I guess of feeling of even like tabulating my feelings because it's like if the thing was just giving you the birthday tandem mouse, like I might feel because I love birthday tandem mouse. I actually came around to it while we were talking about it. I love birthday tandem mouse, my favorite Pokemon. Like so one of my ponderings is like if they cracked birthday panda mouse or birthday tandem mouse and like I just like got it on my Switch, I'm like cool. I did it because that was how it was. Like they just gave it to me. Like birthday tandem mouse now.
Well, I think you had to go and like show them your government ID to show them it was your birthday. So how are you going to replicate that?
That's a pretty exciting experience. So yeah, there's like I'm being pedantic big time, but I guess like you said like with the cloning thing, it's like there comes a point where like,
even before they did that ban, what was stopping anybody from just dumping their cartridge, cloning 30 and not telling anybody? No, nothing. It's just
nothing.
It's just nothing. It doesn't make any sense to me that there would be an economy for that kind of thing because you cannot verify it. Even if somebody does have an original one, they just make an exact copy. They close their eyes, move it around a little bit. They can't tell which one is which. I
guess I'm saying all this, and the news story was just interesting. I hope that was great podcast fodder for whoever's listening to this. But like the experience is the thing that is like we want to preserve the experiences, and like I guess it's weird just working with data because like preserving data just means copying it. And like that's not the important thing. The important thing was the art and the meaning that came
being there at Toys R Us. That was the meaning.
Yeah, and giving them your government ID so they can tell it's your birthday for Tandem Mouse.
I'm giving them Jeffrey's government ID so they can make sure Jeffrey's.
It was Jeffrey's birthday, and they were doing Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. What a day!
And Tandem Mouse.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey's birthday
Jeffrey.
Tandem Mouse. This like a new. They should have put that in like that Journey Together set. Jeffrey's birthday Tandem Mouse.
You both had some pretty serendipitous uploads recently. Droomish, you
Plug them.
you
plug them.
you made a video.
Plug the videos.
I will. Droomish, you made a video all about gates in the Pokemon series. And
the best places.
Sludge
the
King,
best places to be.
You made a video all about liminal spaces in and through the whole series, which
I
included
just looked at a couple.
included a section on gates.
And they came out on the exact same day. That was quite a treat. There was no communication there, as you said, serendipitous. It was just happenstance.
It was. We want to dispel the rumors because, like,
yeah.
I
so
did,
for the record, Droomish did plagiarize me.
Oh, whoa, no.
If you look at the times of the uploads, mine came out like 4 or 5 hours before.
And in those 4 or 5 hours, I busted
You
my
whipped it up
ass on
real
this
quick.
video.
Because you're a busy bee. But no, for anybody who is interested, we did not premeditate it. It was just a complete accident.
I had somebody on Blue Sky be the certain like variety of conspiracy theorists be like, did you see that the Sludge King also talked about Pokemon gates in a video uploaded within a couple hours of yours? Weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Like, this is really concerning. Y'all.
I had somebody straight up accuse me of ripping you off. I'm like, what?
But you uploaded first.
Yeah, mine was first. But most people, I will say, who alerted me to the situation were like, holy shit, 2 cakes. Like, that's what it was like.
It's literally 2 cakes.
They're complaining that their steak is too juicy, their lobster's too buttery.
No, everyone was like, I can't believe this came out on the same day. What a treat, a double feature. And I'm like, oh, that warms my little heart.
I thought it was awesome.
Both of those videos will be linked in the description of this episode.
Yeah, watch our videos if you don't mind.
Watch both of them.
Yeah, you could if you want to.
Sludge King, where can people find you?
People can find me on YouTube at the Sludge King. At Twitch, it's at _sludge_king. Also, you can just Google me, and it'll be half results about me and my channel, and then half about some character from Felix the Cat that I didn't know about when I made the name. So sift through it, and you'll tell it's me. You'll tell it's me.
Click on the guy with the crown.
Because it's a Pokemon thing, and you can recognize my voice because I talk like this. So you'll know. And I'm not like a yellow cheese creature like the other guy.
That's a dead giveaway.
Mm-hmm. There are signs.
There's signs if you're willing to look.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to say anything else? Anything at all? This is your last chance.
Okay, I just want to say to everybody, think more about what you're playing. Read those text boxes. Think about it. Hold it in your memory. Hold it in your mind. Make those connections. That is all.
That's good.
Awesome. Capreo?
What Sludge King said.
Okay.
A little uninspired.
I don't want to say that. I want to say if you made it this far, then I need you to comment, this was awesome. We're so awesome. What a great episode. Let me know that you're listening.
Oh, also say something about the cheese guy.
Yeah.
Mention the cheese guy for the special guest episode, because that's all we got for you this time in Petalburg Woods. Next time, this is probably not the mobile episodes, but I think we had something exciting that I can't remember. I remember the feeling of being excited, but
it was great. I'll tell you about it later.
It's written down in our notes. I just remember telling you
very memorable.
Capreo was like, this is awesome.
I remembered, but do you want to say? Are we going to do it next time, actually?
What is it? I really can't. I literally can't remember.
So this is going to be a reveal for you also.
I'm right there with you.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I believe the next episode is going to be all about the history of anniversaries for Pokemon, because Pokemon's got its 30th anniversary this year.
Yeah, it's like a birthday party, kind of.
So we're gonna throw a birthday party.
That'd be well timed. You guys get that out soon.
I think it'll be just in time.
Awesome.
Look forward to the reveal of the Petalburg Woods anniversary episode. And it'll be our 20th episode. It's like our not bicentennial, that's bison. 200.
Our buffalo.
Our Biden.
M Bison.
I'm Joe
It's our
Biden's
20th
husband.
episode. We're all saying a lot of things, but no one's saying the special word for 20 except for me, and it's going to be the 20th episode. Until then, you can find us outside of the forest as well. I'm on YouTube, famously, and Capreo and I are both on Twitch, Droomish _ and Capreo _. Please let us know what you thought of the show by leaving us a review. And if you're on YouTube, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment your special comment, please. I depend on them.
You know what to say. You know exactly what to say.
I'll be looking too. I have a horse in this race.
Yeah, we're all really, really worried if you don't. And as always, leave your repels at home, and we will see you next time in Petalburg Woods. Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Petalburg Woods is hosted by Droomish and Capreo and produced by Girl Luigi. The theme music is by Capreo, and additional artwork is by Mo Paint Stuff. Let us know where you'd like to visit in the Pokémon Universe next, and email us at petalburgpod@gmail.com. Until next time, leave your repels at home, and we'll see ya in the Petal